In this video, we will be discussing some of the worst superpowers ever. So let's start with Color Kid. He's part of this group called the Legion of Substitute Heroes. His power is that he can change the color of stuff whenever he wants. We're not exactly sure how far his power can go, but once he changes something, it stays that way unless he changes it back. He's been shown to switch the colors of the sky and ground, temporarily confusing flying opponents. He gained his power after he got struck by a beam of light from another dimension. This beam gave him the ability to mess with the electromagnetic property of anything he wants. Okay, now let's talk about Toad Boy. He used to spend all his time playing video games, but once he gained his power, his body produced a special liquid called Toad Juice. It had different effects on different people. Mutants who tried become super addicted, but when regular humans tried it, they started mutating randomly and ended up dying violently. Toad Juice was so addicting that his own mother became obsessed with it. He was also kidnapped and his secretion was illegally sold as a drug for mutants. Next up is Dog Welder. His superpower is that he can weld dogs to people's faces. Dog Welder spends his time in alleyways trapping and killing dogs. He has a strong compulsion to weld dogs to people's faces. He never speaks. He always hides behind a welding mask. Dog Welder was an ordinary businessman leading a fulfilling life with a respectable job and a loving family. However, one day, while in an antique shop, he became possessed by the very welding equipment that once belonged to the original Dog Welder, thus assuming the mantle of the current Dog Welder. Despite his family's genuine concern and support, Dog Welder found himself driven by an inexplicable compulsion to weld dogs onto people's faces. This compulsion grew so overpowering that he even went so far as to weld the family dog onto his own children's faces. Friendly Fire is a pyrokinetic with the superpower to emit flames from his hands. However, his unfortunate lack of precision often lead him to strike a teammate or innocent bystander instead of his intended target during battles. Tragically, in his final fight, he mistakenly unleashes a devastating blast that obliterates his own head. The last one is Ugly John. He's a mutant with 3 faces. He has a physical facial mutation in which he has 3 faces, each with 3 mouths, chins, and slightly upturned noses. However, due to the overlapping of his eyes, he has only 4 eyes in total. He has no real talents when it comes to fighting. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.